needs to crack.
Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and this is the Straightjacket podcast 210. And yeah, things don't change at the football club. It can only get better. That's the old saying.
Listen. We've maxed out, mate. We've maxed out. Man United are £1 billion in debt, and everybody's getting giddy about Cody Gakpo. He ain't a striker anyway, man. We want a striker. Get Benjamin Sesko, mate. If you're going to smash 50 million pound, go and get Benjamin Sesko. But it looks like the Scousers have busted us, mate. Absolutely embarrassed the fan base. Everybody's having a meltdown on Twitter.
Listen, man.
Big up, Andy. How you doing, Andy?
I'm okay, pal. I'm okay. Good to finally meet you, mate. You look like a bit of a Sith Lord with that on. Bit of Star Wars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, welcome, people. Welcome, people. Like the video on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. For those that are tuning in for the first time, this is the Straightjacket podcast 210. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, listen, we've got early super chat here from Marvin. He says, we don't need him. We need either Tony or Mitrovic. Gakpo is another Memphis. But let's get some context behind this story, because it's breaking news and it's unraveled so quickly. Bloody hell, mate. You're thinking, Man United, mate, they could never do this. But Gakpo to Liverpool, here we go. The deal has been signed between the two clubs. Gakpo will travel to England in the next days to undergo medical tests and sign the contract. Let's start off with Andy Tate as the guest of the show. Andy, what do you think, mate?
Very angry. And I know there's two certain directors on that board at United who's going to get a right earful tonight on their phone from Ten Hag. Arnold and Murtaugh. I tell you what, they're going to have to do some talking to calm him down, because he's going to be fuming. Fuming. They were supposed to back him. They've not backed him. All they've done is just try and tease the water. And when Fabrizio announces it, it's pretty much 99% nailed on. So I think sparks are going to fly tomorrow, Old Trafford.
Yeah. You know what? Nuruddin, has he rejected us or has Liverpool just been quicker?
Come on now.
What do you think it is? Liverpool have just gone quicker? Is it a project?
Come on now.
Van Dijk worked his magic as well.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's simple. We move like slugs in the transfer, innit? We move like slugs. Everything's always dragged out, maxed out. Liverpool are the ninjas, mate. The ninjas you don't see. They come in your house, hide behind the curtains, and disappear. That's what they do. They disappear behind the curtains. They just sniper.
Sneaky scousers. That's what scousers do. Sneaky scousers.
That's what they do. And at the end of the day, for me, I think if this Gakpo deal would have been done, we would have wrapped it up already before the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Before the World Cup started, that deal would have been wrapped up. I think Man United are looking for a striker. I genuinely don't think. I think Gakpo would have been another player to have, but I genuinely don't think he's the guy. Like, he's the guy for me. He's not the guy. That's why I'm not as devastated. I'm not. If this was Benjamin Sesko, I'd be gutted. If this was Osman, I'd be gutted because they're strikers. They're guys who can play with their back to goal. But I'm not that. To me, I'm not too arsed.
I did say to you, Benjamin Sesko is an RB Leipzig player, but you did say, Nuruddin, you can get him away from there.
You can't. They always sell. One thing about the Red Bull lot, if you pay the money, you can get the player. If you pay the money, one thing about the Red Bull lot is that whoever owns him or whatever, when you smash the money down, their players are always for sale. That's what that's their whole project is. Find young talent, get them, and make profit on them. That's what they do. They're like Ajax. They're like Ajax. That's what the whole model is, like Ajax. So for me, this kid, that's why I didn't. As soon as the World Cup started and Man United didn't have anything wrapped up or pre-agreement and any of that. Apparently, Man United have agreed because him and Ten Hag have the same agent. So everything is agreed. Man United have
Look at this. This is it. This is it, Nuruddin. This is what people have been saying. They reached an agreement to sign Gakpo from PSV, fee around 40 to 50 million. Netherlands International will travel to England, medical and sealed switch. Man United and Chelsea considered, typical Man United, considered, but he chose LFC and they pounced. So we've been rejected. Whether you like it or not, we've been rejected because he went waiting around as well. That's what Man United think that clubs will do. You think Man United, yeah, what divine right have you got to not be proactive? Are you stupid? The reason why I'm angry is because this is a player that Ten Hag wants. We didn't get De Jong. We weren't proactive in that situation. Okay, other things happen. But this player here, there's no bloody strikers in the market, man. He's 30 to 35 million. That's why I'm saying United have failed this one. They failed. Whether you dress it up or what, Nuruddin, they have failed in this.
This is just like Haaland. When Ollie wanted Haaland, this is just like Haaland.
Listen, at the end of the day, I just see it. The way I see it is that Man United have been rejected. Not rejected. To me, that Man United are, what are we best at? With this regime, that's why I always tell people, go, oh, he's not like Richard Arnold's, nothing like Ed Woodward. He was sat there for 10 years next to him in the director's box. He sat next to him for 10 years making decisions about Man United. So Man United in the last 10 years with the Glazership and these Bristol University bankers, what are we known for? We dilly-dally. We are dilly-dally FC in every aspect of this. Our players dilly-dally. In the boardroom, we dilly-dally. Our owners dilly-dally. So that, to me, sums us up. Liverpool, soon as they found out the diagnosis of Jota and the guy, the Colombian
Diaz.
Soon as those two reports came back that their injuries might be a bit more long-term, bam, that's what real clubs do. They pounce. That's what they do.
Bailey B says here, this is why we all want Glazers out and bored out. They've done Fabinho on us and Felix.
Listen,
big up,
hold
lads.
it there. Scholes is eating my wires. I got to bring him down. He's eating the wires a little. He's doing this.
Oh my God. Big up Scholes. But you know what? And Andy says we are 8 points ahead. Listen, Arsenal, you do your thing.
8 points ahead. I think it's mathematics. Arsenal are a bit more out there. They're on 40 points. We're on 26. So they're 11 points ahead. So Zane, if you're going to criticise and mock me, do it right, you silly cockney. You know what I mean? You're maxing out your mum's credit card again. It's 11 points, you tart. So get it right, okay? 11 points, not 8.
But listen, Andy, did you see our masterpiece tonight? We coped without Jesus. Listen, West Ham, mate. Fabianski was doing an inside job. That's what I want to know, Zane. Fabianski doing an inside job. That's all I'm saying to you right now. Nourdin Osimhen is crazy form. They'll take 70 million. Smokey, they won't take 70 million. I'm sorry. We have no striker options right now. That's the craziest thing about it, Andy. No striker options. Felix is more complicated than Gakpo. Listen, if I think Gakpo isn't the striker I want, but I'm here for the manager. If the manager was insistent on Gakpo, then we failed, innit? Because we didn't move proactively, Andy, and we haven't delivered what he wanted. He wanted Gakpo. He said to me, go and get him.
He's even said it, and he wanted it. And you seen him with the press conference the other day. He had the big smile, and he had a big chip, and he just wasn't giving anything away. And he was like, it's practically the body language and the vibes he was giving off. I want him, and I expect my club to get him. And he has been let down big time.
But how many times have we been here, Andy? How many times have we been here? David Moyes, even though tonight proved that to me, I'm watching the game with Mundo, and I'm like, listen, I'm literally like, what the hell is going on here? Like, how was this guy ever manager of Man United? Like, I just don't get it. I know.
It's like we were going to get Fabregas, won't we? I remember, we done all the groundwork and Fabregas went, you know what? No, I'm not going there. And we ended up with Fellaini.
The point is the same. And the biggest thing what people don't understand is this, right? So, CR7, right, made his intentions clear before the season started. Said he doesn't want to be here. He wants to go. Mendes didn't get him that move that he wanted to some top European club. Like he said, everybody rejected him, right? Now he's going to Saudi Arabia. So Manchester United, so let's look at the timeline here. Let's dissect this, right? Look at the timeline. The striker that scored 24 goals a season before doesn't go pre-season. Obviously, his daughter was sick. That's something different, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's family comes first, right? So that not coming up. But after that, him and his agent put it out in their brief and said they want to leave Manchester United because they want to play in the Champions League. So Manchester United have had June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? To sort out a striker. That's what Man United have, to sort out a striker. That's what they've done. And for me, the idea that now Man United have not signed anybody. When did Ronaldo leave? Ronaldo left when? Like early December, wasn't it? Or
early December, yeah.
Yeah, it was early December. So Manchester United have waited around. And here's Liverpool. Soon as those two reports came back that they're going to be more longer-term sidelined, Diaz and Jota, bam. That is the difference. And you know what? Can I just tell people something as well, Saeed? Four people have left Liverpool. 4 guys have left Liverpool. Liverpool used to use analytics, right? Data to scout players. The research guy left. The equivalent to Richard Arnold's left. The director of football has left. And some of the guys left. 4 guys have left in terms of their backroom supporting Jurgen Klopp. 4 of them have left. So this is a club, right, that don't have 4 guys who've been there when they've been signing players and players, almost running a really good strategic transfer policy for almost a decade. That was flawless, yeah, right? 4 of them leave, and they still pounce more than these donkeys. And
even the Nunes one, Nuruddin. Even the Nunes one, whether you like him or not, United were touted to go get him. Liverpool jumped ahead.
Well, this is that's with even that support group. So now, well, like Andy said, regardless what we feel about the player, I don't think he's a striker. I don't think you can turn him into a striker. I don't see him as a wide player. Listen, I don't see as a wide player as well. And the biggest thing about Man United, I don't want to listen, I want to buy a striker that is already a striker. I don't want to convert somebody. You know, this converting. I'm not with it. I'm not with converting somebody. No. Go and get guys. They're out there. Go and buy them. We're Man United. But are we, though? We're Glazer United. We are Glazeronomics United. And this is the whole point when I try to explain to people. Liverpool, 4 people have left in their backroom staff. They go and pounce. And whether how I feel about it or not, Ten Hag, like Andy said, smirking, smiling in the press conference. They have the same agent. Same agent.
Still, they couldn't make it use. Still, the Murto. This Murto madness that everybody keeps talking about, by the way. This guy could still not do it. Andy Samias says, Andy, I meant 8 points ahead of City. And Prem Prodigy, big up to you, bro. He says, Murto couldn't sign a piece of paper. I'm praying the sale of the club goes through ASAP. I've had enough of this circus act for the last 10
You got
years.
to admit this now. Is this all a smoke screen just to take the heat off? With the sale on Ronaldo, they're just trying to buy time.
You've always said that, Nuruddin, as well, haven't you? Yeah.
Are they playing us all for fools, like I would say? Are they playing us? Are they playing Ten Hag?
But look at the new owners. If you're looking at that, you're thinking, bloody hell, Liverpool have done well there. If I'm at ownership now, and I'm looking at it now, thinking, bloody hell, Liverpool have got Gakpo, another good signing. I'm thinking that's more attractable.
I know.
If I'm looking at that, I'm thinking that's more attractable. And people can say it's only Gakpo, but I'm talking about the premise in the way Liverpool are doing things right now, and they're trying to operate. Looking at that, and they're thinking, how come United didn't go and get Gakpo? Oh, they were too slow. Yeah, you know what? We're not feeling this one here. So again, like I said, yeah, United's not proactive enough. And it comes to the sale. If they're not proactive enough for transfers, how are they going to be like that for the sale?
I know.
No, listen, Saeed, right? I say it and I say it to Andy as well. I'm one of these people, yeah, right? I'm one of these people. Me and Andy similar age, right? Yeah. I was there at the first protest. I only ever missed one protest, right? I'll be there again tomorrow. And I don't care who organizes it. I'm always there if it's the protest against these vultures, right? I say it and I say it simple. I have to see it, Andy and Saeed. I have to see it to believe it that the Glazers have left. I have to see it. I have to see it to believe it. And if you looked at the recent reports that came out, when everybody's talking about a quick sale, do you think it's easy just to have 5 billion or 6 billion exchange hands just like that? It takes months, almost up to a year. This idea of a quick sale is ludicrous to me. It's absolutely ludicrous to me. There's no quick sale in a club like Man United getting sold for that amount of money. It's never going to be a quick sale. And for me, it's gone quiet in the last couple of days, but I have to see it. They're looking for investment. They've gone out there to look for investment.
But Nuruddin, what's investment when you haven't got guys that can be proactive in a transfer?
Would you give your £300 million to a couple of guys and you're not going to get no investment so they stay in control? You'd have to be a cross between Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin. Nobody in the right mind in this financial world now, the way it is, would give them money to stay in control and run a football club so they can live their lifestyle. Nobody's that stupid anymore.
But Andy, I'm not going to lie to you. There are some people that are stupid in the world. There are billionaires that are that stupid. Or they're doing some sort of fraud that nobody knows about. They're doing some sort of like financial dodgy stuff. And the Glazers are best at it. That's what they do. That's why our transfers are not like normal football clubs. Our transfers are always tied to the way we are. So it's also like where we forgot. So we're 300. We are 300. Last time I looked at the figures, 307 million, right? In transfer debt. Because we borrow money from banks and stuff like that. So that's how much Man United own to football clubs for over transfers. Usually, let's say the way that we sign Anthony will be, because for his 5-year contract, it will be for that duration, right? So there's not nothing.
It's an asset.
Yeah, it's not nothing unusual Man United do, but Man United borrow it from some banks, right? And the other things that the debt is now 300 something altogether is $1 billion. Man United had $1 billion in the red. And when people were telling me on here, on this channel, on Straightjacket podcast, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, the Glazer credit card run out a long time ago. I was warning about this 2 years ago, saying they can't sustain this. Because when you look at the figures, Man United every season are losing money. We're losing money every season. And it's now I bet you they're going to brief now. I'll put money on it. Wait for the next 2 day and a half.
Tomorrow morning. There's
going to be a new briefing.
The PR machine will go into overdrive to try and calm us all down.
Neil Ashton will come out with something about, I bet you the sale. I bet you hear something about the sale tomorrow. I'll put money on it.
Yeah.
But Nuruddin, there was warnings this morning, right? And I was reading Laurie Whitwell, yeah? There was warnings this morning, and I knew it. Look at here. It says here, look. It says, it's possible that Man United could opt for a lower cost, more experienced striker.
And guess who that is?
Memphis.
I guess who that is.
It's not Memphis. It's not Memphis.
It is.
No,
I'm
it's
telling
not.
you, Memphis. I'm
It's
telling
not.
you, it's Memphis.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard some news just before I went live, and it's not Memphis. And I'll tell you after the stream, both of you. But it's not Memphis. It's not.
Well, Igalo.
Ronaldo back.
Listen, again, Igalo. Uncle Igalo again. We're getting Igalo,
man. I'm telling you now, it might be Uncle Igalo. And you know what the craziest thing is, right? Nuruddin. Big up to Glazer, but he told me the news last night, and he said Gakpo, Liverpool, basically. And I kept it quiet. I was like, let me hear tomorrow morning. And then I seen the feelers. I seen Man United going for going for basically a cheaper option, but experience. And then suddenly, boom. Glazer was like, it's happening right now. And he's messaged me. And then about 10 minutes later, the tweet went out. Big up to Alien Tenno. Breaking news, Man United signed Krusty the Clown. I think he's going to put it here.
Hey!
AFC, calm down. We got Brighton and Newcastle next. But you know what? Even this one here, we got Chelsea going in for Felix now. Nuruddin. Chelsea are going for Felix.
8 million, apparently 8 million. And you have to pay his wages. You have to give Atletico Madrid 8 million and then pay his wages as well.
Oh, my days, man. Who are we getting, guys? I don't know any strikers available, man. I don't know any.
There's only Memphis, to my knowledge. Well, you may know some at Saeed. Like you say, you'll tell us later. You got your fingers in
Cardi. Is it the person you don't say Cardi? Is it Cardi?
No.
Cardi. Oh, my God.
Arnautovic. You know what they said about Arnautovic? What did he say in his interview? That they didn't have enough money or something to come and buy me, basically. That's what he said. That's what he said in the interview. He said they couldn't fund it, basically.
15-20 million.
15-20 million.
Crazy.
Yeah, you fined 180 million for Casemiro when the lad from Ajax.
I don't know, man. I just think this is a big blow. Guys, people are not underestimating how big of a blow this is. You know why it's a big of a blow? It's a big blow to Ten Hag's confidence in the board. It's a big blow to Ten Hag's kind of almost like thinking, oh my, okay, the striker that I only wanted, I said to you, be proactive. I bet he looked at the board and thought, listen, Liverpool are going to be coming, so make sure you get this done. And now he's been let down. And now he's probably thinking to himself, there's no one really out there. Who can he go and get?
I mean, tonight, he's trying to prepare for tomorrow. I think privately, he's going to be seething. Absolutely seething. 100%. And he'll probably just like, you know what, I'm going to have half an hour on the phone with some board members, and he's going to be laying into him. And they're going to have to put on a calm show, try and reassure him. No, but he has been badly let down. Really badly let down.
Ali Khan.
So he's the second player. He's the second player, innit? He put all his eggs in one basket in terms of
another player, yeah.
Frankie,
but has he trusted the ball too much, Nuruddin? Has he maybe trusted the ball too much in having one option only?
But listen, every manager does that though, and then until they start learning the hard way. Listen, leopards don't change their spots, man. Leopards do not change their spots. The reason why Murta is a director of football at Man United because he's a yes man that's been there for 10 years. He walked in as a scouser, walked in from Liverpool, right, with Moyes, right, 10 years, right, 10 years ago, and he's there for a reason. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm never about converting young players into this. I looked at the guy, I think, the first and foremost for me attribute you need to have to play for this Man United team, right? For this Man United team, you need to be able to hold up the ball. Because we've seen it, all three of us know and understand, when Martial's on that pitch, it's not that way he scores or misses. He brings our midfield, our defense, everybody goes up the pitch because he can take care of the ball at his feet. And that's the thing what we don't have. And then he makes the runs into the channels from central places to wide and drags people about, give poor people space. And when I look at Gakpo, I saw him as more of an attacking central midfielder. That's how Holland played him in the World Cup. Or somebody off the left-hand side. So for me, I am not too devil. But like you said, we're talking about the manager.
The manager. Yeah.
The manager, and every word that's been said is that the agreement with the player has been agreed. Everything is agreed. It's about the fee.
Absolutely.
I mean, a couple of weeks ago, wasn't Gakpo's agent?
Bro, he was begging.
At Carrington. He was at Carrington talking as well. I know they got the same agent. So
he was begging.
It's like flirting on a Saturday night. Come on. Do you want it?
But they haven't pulled. United don't pull again. They're just, you know what I mean? They're like that guy from In-Betweeners, man. What's that guy in the In-Betweeners? The one with the glasses. That's what my United are. You know what I mean? Ali Khan says,
the young boy and the bright one. Yeah.
Yeah, the bright one. Yeah, that's United right now.
I like football, but I don't like Burnley.
Yeah. Ali Khan wants us to talk about Newcastle. Listen, if we talk about Newcastle, I'm gonna be upset, man, because for me they're coming, and I'll tell you what, yeah.
No, they're not coming. Listen, they're not coming. They're here already.
They're here. And they will make top 4 if United don't spend. Probably make top 4 even if United spend as well.
We are an injury from falling out the top 4 race. That's what I mean. We lose Marshall, we lose Rashford, we are screwed. Now it's about damage limitation in the next 24, 48 hours. Like you say, Nuruddin said, it'll be all about bids. Oh yeah, put it out there. More bids. You know, I'll take over. It'll be all out. They'll be leaking stuff to like you say, the Athletic and other journalists, just to appease the feeling. Because, I mean, tonight on social media, it's blowing up, hasn't it? And I'm sure United are monitoring it.
Masood says, guys, relax. We never put in a bid. This tells me we didn't want him at the end. We will get someone, trust Ten Hag, Grizz in the mud. See, Masood, I want to believe you. I want to give banter to the rivals, but I can't, Masood. I can't take this narrative, because at the end of the day, we were interested with him. United weren't proactive in putting in a bid. That's the difference between we never put in a bid. We weren't proactive in putting in a bid. I think the one that hurts me the most is that we weren't proactive when you know the manager wants him. That's where, again, it comes back to old habits. They never die at Old Trafford, and especially Man United. And when I look at this I'm looking at the fixture list here, Nuruddin, and I'm telling you what, Martial will be stretched out in every single game if he plays every game. You need rotation. Sancho right now is missing. You've got Anthony, who needs to settle in the league. You don't need to want to put pressure on him. Rashford, too much expectation on him in terms of, you know, we're relying on him for goals now. Garnacho's a young kid. And then Martial's injury prone. Like, I'm sorry, man. Again, but United they've only spent 2 one January transfer windows in the last 3 January transfer windows. Correct me if I'm not wrong, no, it did. It was only a Gallo, innit? Sorry?
Bruno and Igalo, yeah.
Bruno and Igalo.
Before that, I can't even go back. I think it was Luis Saha in my time, and Vidic and Evra.
Evra, yeah, Vidic and Evra.
And maybe Membran Diouf. He was all right. And Manuccio. Who remembers Manuccio? That goal against Hull. You're going back as far as then. Larson, yeah.
Larson, that's it. We got Larson alone, didn't we?
I would kill for a Larson now, I tell you.
No, I would kill for a Louis Saha right now.
Mate,
I would kill for a Louis Saha right now. Louis Saha was just injury prone, but he was a brilliant striker for Man United.
Yeah.
I'll say it simple, innit, right? Listen, it's about how you prepare. I said on the Straightjacket podcast, I was banging my head against the wall saying whether Ronaldo stays or not, Manchester United need a striker. So whether Ronaldo stayed or not, Manchester United needed a striker, right?
Yeah.
So when the guy's telling you, I just counted all the months here. How many months do you need to sign the player? How many months do you need to sign the player? How many months? Like I said, with the Ronaldo, Man United needed a striker. And the last striker that we actually spent proper money on and bought was Lukaku. Like the young striker. People tell me, no, Martial wasn't a striker. Martial was the left-sided guy. You tell me what's the last guy we spent a reasonable amount of money on somebody of a certain youngest age, to come. We signed Zlatan, we signed Cavani, like Simmer Frame FC. And I bet you this person what you've been told about this other person, I bet he's part of that Simmer Frame guy. I bet we are, whether we like it or not, pensioners. We are, honestly, place old people's home. That's
question here. This comment here, big up to, I think it's Sam Pilger. I don't know if you guys know him. I think he's a reporter for the Times, I believe. He said, Man United were keen on Gakpo and even agreed personal terms last August, but he plays in a position where they already are very strong with Rashford, Sancho, and Garnacho. Focuses on signing an orthodox number 9. But let me tell you something, Sam. There is no orthodox number 9s out there. This is why Ten Hag wanted Gakpo and maybe to transform him into a number 9, which I think is better than
people into strikers. You can do that. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Look, Andy Cole. There's an example. I know it's before your time, but Andy Cole, he was a striker. He became a winger. He drifted in and out, left and right, and he's a player, goal scorer. It can be done.
Yep. That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Zayn Mias is trolling. He's saying, you guys must be dreading the Emirates. Well, listen, we're the only side that's beating you in the league, so I don't think we're dreading the Emirates, mate. You know what I mean? Bring it on.
Remember saying, you always have your records. Come to Old Trafford. You literally, you know what, the Arsenal players, we always have to check their tracksuits, the suits they wear, just for any brown stains. They come to OT and they literally cack it. That's it. They're just all over the place. So we're not, I'm sorry saying we're looking forward to going to the Emirates and being the only team to beat you away as well. No problem.
Yeah. Absolutely. Guys, there's nearly 1.4K in the building, man. Big up to everybody who's here. If you're here for therapy, then, you know what I mean, big up to you. Like I said,
this ain't therapy. This is letting it all out here, tell you.
Yeah, seriously, man.
It is therapy.
Well, it is. Well, it is, yeah. It is.
Listen,
without swear words.
What's Prem Prodigy saying? He said, this has been my problem for years. We take so long for deals to get done, and other clubs swoop in and take them. Liverpool did this with Fabinho as well. I remember that Fabinho one. It was on BBC Sport within a matter of 10-15 minutes. And I think for me, I'm just worried about this season and the fact that Ten Hag is going to be left with Rashford up top when the fan base, you know, it's never been a good situation when you play Rashford up top consecutively. Martial injury prone. And like I said, not having a natural striker there after Martial is worrying. You don't want to be bringing on Ilanga and all that lot. And like I said, Garnacho relying on that. You need a striker who's going to be there and available. Like, you should look at Man City, got Alvarez. There's many options. We should have 2 or 3 options, not one. Even after Gakpo, if we brought Gakpo, we should have bought 2 strikers.
100%. Listen, I said it in the summer. Ronaldo stays or not, Man United go and buy, but we don't do anything that way, innit? We don't.
Yeah.
We do not. We do not. We're not prepared. We're the type of club that's not prepared to do anything in terms of supporting managers. When was the last time you felt like a manager was brilliantly supported?
Look at this. Look at this. You know what? The elephant in the room, you know what I mean? Like I said, you think just after when United have lost out to Gakpo, guess who comes out and speaks to the press the night before the game? We have lost a striker, so we need to get a striker in. But it has to be the right one who brings quality into the team, not just adding to the squad. That only causes problems. The criteria is high at Man United. Well, Ten Hag, enlighten me, man. Enlighten me. I want to know what this striker is, man, because there isn't any around. I'll be real with you. Like someone mentioned over there, Kramaric. Is that what we're doing right now? Kramaric?
I don't know, mate.
You know what? I would take, what's it called? Rebic, the guy who plays for AC Milan. I'll take him.
Rebic. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take him.
There's got to be somebody up there
who
fill a hole.
I told you, I'll take Giroud for now. I'll take Giroud. At least he holds up the ball. Gets in the box.
Olivier Giroud. Yeah.
Route 2001, big up to you. 6 billion is mad for you lot. This should have set the price to around 3.75 to 4 billion, regardless of how your club is big or whatever. How big your club is. I think you're right. Especially if you haven't won trophies.
Listen, that there is the market price. 3.75 billion. That's the market price. But then you add on. That's what I'm saying to you. The idea that to me the Glazers think they're gonna get 6-7 billion is ludicrous. Because
what did the guy say?
Whoever the new, if they sell, whoever the new owners are going to need nearly 2 billion to invest straight away for players, for the stadium, for the training ground. Our women's and kids play in league. That's not in Manchester.
I know they're gonna
absolutely. But you know, here before I read this super chat, he says here though the criteria is here high at Man United. But Ten Hag, though, we got the Glazers in charge as well, you know. Bro, what like
so Saeed, let's put it in context here. This is what the press. So this is for the newspaper. So now what's come out now? This is what he said against the Burnley game. So this is what is the embargo section of that press conference. Embargo section. This is quotes. So this is from when did we play Burnley?
When 21st,
yeah.
Right. So that's when we played Burnley, and that's that night. So this is what the papers are gonna go with tomorrow. It's from the embargo section
from last week.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So this is not new. Yeah. This is not new. Like at the end of the day, like I said to you, if Man United had the money to go and get Gakpo, right, they would have done it before he went to the World Cup because everything was agreed from the summer. He even came out and said, "I was going to go to Man United."
Yeah, I think Ten Hag will have his head on his shoulders tonight, and he will be asking questions because he is a very clever person, a very clever bloke. So I think he will be asking questions tonight in private WhatsApp groups. He'll be asking. I mean,
come on, listen to me. What are you guys telling me? Him and Gakpo share the same agent. That his agent is not already done. Like he would have told him days ago.
Exactly.
Like, Gakpo's gone to Liverpool, mate. Like because that's his agent. Like Ten Hag would have spoke to him. This has not come out. This has come out of the blue for the fan base, but this has not come out of the blue for Ten Hag. Ten Hag already is knowing this because they share the same agent as the player.
I know. This is what makes it even kind of mad. Trey, big up to you. Goes, realistically, we don't need Gakpo. We do this all the time. Overstack same positions. Our greatest issue is in the midfield, but we should move. We should go for Vlahovic. Again, Vlahovic should be one of them where you can go on after him. I think for me, Nuruddin, I'm ready for Sesko now. I think for me, if United make an ambitious bid and they go for Sesko and they outrule Leipzig, and they give a good offer, let's say 50 to 70 million. I know it's a lot of money for Sesko.
Listen, no, something like this, Saeed. It's not worth 70 million. He's Man United, 55 million will get you that guy.
Plus, are we going to sound desperate? Are we going to sound desperate? People will want big money. They might even up it because we're desperate because we've lost out on Gakpo now. People will know we are desperate.
But to me, it shows me, listen, there is somebody. I find it really difficult to believe everything that we've known about Erik ten Hag. He knew that Ronaldo didn't want to be here. He knew Ronaldo was going. It's not new to him that Ronaldo did what the interview we did and everything else. We already know these things, guys. Like we know this. We know this stuff already. We know that. We know the fact that that there must have somebody in plan. The way that we know Ten Hag, right? They must have somebody already in position. And that person, by the way, has to come in on the 1st of January. Because there's no point. Have you seen the games we've got to play in January?
It's a joke. Like, the games are a joke.
Wolves, Bournemouth, Everton, Charlton, Manchester Derby. You could even have potential FA Cup replays with Everton.
FA Cup. No, there won't be FA Cup replays.
Arsenal, Manchester Derby. So you're talking 2 games a week.
And then Europa League. And then you've got the Leeds game and the Crystal Palace game that have not even been rescheduled. Prem Prodigy is asking, genuine question, when was the last time United signed a player before the window opened?
No.
Pre-agreed? Maybe Evra maybe. They might have been pre-agreed.
Yeah,
maybe Evra.
Pre-agreed Evra Vidic in 2006, but they didn't announce it till the window opened. They were pre-agreed just before the start of Christmas. That's it.
Masood says, truth is Gakpo is another left winger which we simply don't need. We need a striker and we will get one. Ten Hag knows who he wants. So Masood is confident that Ten Hag knows what he wants.
You know what? Listen, you know what? I might tend to agree with what Masood is saying there, right? Because I find it very difficult. You got the same agent. This deal should have been over the line before even the World Cup. Like over the line before the World Cup started. That's why to me it's a shock to the fan base, but I'm thinking Man United want a striker. And if the striker we're getting is the former guy that used to work with Ten Hag at Ajax, the big boy, Bowley. Is that his name, Bowley or something?
Bowley.
What's his name? The big guy that played with him at Ajax. What's that guy called? What's that striker called?
Haller. Sebastian Haller.
No, the other guy that played when Haller was injured.
Oh, Broby. No way. Broby. We wanted him in the summer. Broby, yeah, Broby. You know what, Nuruddin? That's another Lukaku right there, mate. That's another Lukaku, mate. I don't know. I've not watched a lot of him, but you wouldn't be happy with Broby. Come on, man. But Erik ten Hag is saying here, I think when we get players available with better fitness in the front line, then we'll score more goals. Andy, what do you make of that one?
Recycling news from last week. This is just what this is the Burnley
from the embargo, basically the embargo section of that press cut of that.
Yeah, this is just recyc. This ain't recent. Yeah. This is last week.
Yeah, so but but the idea that he wants fitness though. No, but the idea that he wants fit strikers, Nuruddin. He wants fit strikers. He doesn't want like robotic strikers. He wants strikers that are fit and ready and will run.
Martial will break down. He will play. All them years, last couple of seasons, he's been playing. He was pushed like Rashford. He broke down, played more, broke down, played more. So it's on the previous regimes. That's why Martial is what he is, and that's it now. And we are not reaping the rewards. We are at a disadvantage, and it's all down to previous regimes. And now we are, like you say, we are a striker away from winning something and doing something, and we're a striker away from getting nothing.
Yeah, that is literally so spot on. Big up to Kinner for the super chat. Appreciate it, man. Gakpo is not that good. Sorry, he's not even good as Martial or Rashford, and that's setting a low bar. Mario Balotelli is better than Gakpo. Not as well get him. We know.
Why always you, mate? Why always you? You get jog on. Jeez Louise.
I thought that was Big Steve, I literally thought, I'd seen the dollar sign. I thought, is that Big Steve's burner account? Because he's always said about Mario Balotelli going to a club and saying, yeah, you know what, going to get him. No, but it's not because it's Canadian dollars, so it's not Big Steve. So big up to Kinner. If you're trolling, man, listen, don't beat us when we're down, Kinner. I know you're trying to troll, but we're already down as it is, mate. You know what I mean? Like, we're one Martial injury away from finito, mate. I'm telling you now, man, because you know what it is for me? I've looked at the kind of impact this Premier League will have. I look today, Ivan Toney. Oh my God, man. Shall we just find the best lawyers possible to get Ivan Toney possibly out of this kind of
you buy him and a week later he's suspended till the end of the season.
Ivan Toney is perfect. It's perfect, Nuruddin. Ivan Toney, for what we need, is perfect.
Listen, how many betting rules has he broken?
A lot, 300.
300.
Listen, every betting rule that as a footballer, he's broken every one of them. Listen,
but that thick.
Listen, my guys. Listen, the only signage he's getting is that community service near Brentford, mate. That's the only signing where he's going, mate.
And it's a community stadium as well, so it might be in the stadium.
Can they suspend him? Can they ban him from playing, or would you just give him a hefty fine?
I think they might suspend him. Yeah, they might suspend him. Yeah, he might because some of the players were suspended. How much did Kieran Dyer get? Kieran Dyer get 5 games, something like that. Kieran Dyer got something games, didn't he?
Yeah, him as well.
And a massive fine. Kieran Dyer got a fine and a suspension.
Yeah, because they might suspend him for the whole year. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
And I'm sure, what's his name? That cretin footballer used to play for Man City. Joey Barton, he got banned as well, didn't he? He got banned.
Joey Barton got banned. Yeah, absolutely. Joey Barton got banned as well.
And you know the funniest thing about him? He literally betted, right? It's one of the funniest things. He betted that he was going to get a yellow card and didn't even get a yellow card.
Yeah.
He betted on himself that he was going to get a yellow card.
Yeah. People say Trippier as well. Did Trippier get a ban as well?
Yeah, he got a ban and a fine, yeah.
But how long was his ban though?
I don't know, but he didn't break too many rules.
His ban went over to when he was at Atletico, didn't it?
Yeah,
because he just left Spurs and he was banned, so it went over to Atletico for a couple of games, didn't it?
Okay. Smokey says Nuruddin Broby is wasteful, just a hench pace merchant. Maybe your guy Nuruddin, the guy from Saudi Arabia, the one that you was talking about, Abu Bakr. Maybe it's a time to plug Abu Bakr.
Why not? Let's look at them talents from maybe a Moroccan striker. I will look at anything. Morocco.
Abu Bakr, listen. Abu Bakr is the Cameroonian striker, yeah. But he can still, to me, he can still do a job. You can see him. He finished. You see the finishes he did in the World Cup, man.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Big up to Paul Tierney, man. I hope you're well, Paul Tierney. He goes, I'm not as bothered as on Gakpo to Liverpool. If we were to sign Kudus, though both are wingers, we do need proper strikers. Sesko, Muani, please. Muani is the one that plays for Frankfurt. He's an interesting option, you know. I don't know if you've watched a bit of him, Andy. World Cup final, he had a big impact. Muani plays for Frankfurt, 24 years old. Pace, physical, can hold up the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely look at him. Because we
Who
can't.
did he play for in the World Cup?
France. Remember, he was the one that.
Oh, the young kid. The young kid. Okay, the young kid.
Yeah, definitely. I consider anybody because it's.
Andy, I'll have you up front now, mate. What? Have you still got your boots, Andy?
I have got my boots actually from a few years ago when I played in a charity match. Yeah, I still got him.
But listen, Andy's gone, mate. Listen, I've never played up front in my life. Listen, on Sunday League, I played as a number 10 behind the striker once, right? But listen, if my knee wasn't as busted, I would have gone up front, mate. I held that ball up, no problem. Chested that ball all day. I would have done a manual for
when we were kids, didn't we? We all wanted the glory. When you play football as a kid, you wanted the glory. It wasn't about defending. It was about going up, scoring goals, winking at the girls as you walk back with the ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the way it was. Play football.
See, I'm just giving away the secrets now, innit, to the 90s, yeah?
Yeah.
80s, mate. 80s. I'm an 80s kid.
But you know, Joao Felix, though, can we? Is that an option, though?
Well, Arsenal are favourites, apparently.
Even Chelsea are favourites, apparently.
No, Arsenal were favourites because the way he wakes out, they wanted a loan till the end of the season, till they get a permanent move. So firstly, Atletico Madrid wanted 100 million. I'm like, they're not getting 100 million for that guy, mate. Yeah. Whether we like it or not, we understand the situation that Atletico Madrid are in terms of the tactics they have, the way they play, right? Mm. And it's not his fault. But his time at Atletico Madrid will be seen. Our over 100 million euros player will be seen as a failure.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's not that he's a bad player, but he will be seen as a failure. And that's the reason why they're happy now. 8 million. They want 8 million fee. And then they want his wages being paid. And Arsenal would work out perfectly because it will be the time, it'll be in the summer when Jesus returns. So
Chelsea signed somebody like that the other year and they paid his wages, then he cancelled it, didn't they? They signed somebody from Spain. Chelsea signed somebody, was it last year or the season before?
Who's that?
And they signed somebody with an option of a loan, and halfway through the contract, they terminated it and sent him back to Atletico Madrid.
Saul. Oh yeah, Saul. Yeah, Saul.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, he was an absolute terrible decision. But bro, you know what it is? Yeah, I'm deflated for the manager. You know, I'm deflated for the manager because I'm looking at it thinking that was a real option for the manager, and I don't want the manager to have doubts about the club and whatnot. And I feel like for me, if that was his guy,
are you kidding me? Mundo,
he'll be seething tonight. He'll be seething. He'll be fuming.
Saeed is simple. Saeed is simple. I say it and I say it simply. He knows what he walked into. Everybody and their nan told him about the Man United job and the people you have to work with.
Yeah.
He's not walked in here not knowing what's going on. Van Gaal literally spoke to him at length about who he's dealt with. So at the end of the day, it's what it is. He thinks he's got Anthony. He got Leacher. Is Leacher back, by the way?
He's meant to be. Everyone's meant to be coming back to training, but I don't think he'll be back for Wolves, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Is this coming out now? Is this damage limitation saying?
Yeah, Howard Nurse is briefing the press. You know what I mean? He's I don't know.
Neil Ashton, I'm telling you, as we speak right now, Neil Ashton is firing off those text messages to everybody's inbox.
Yeah.
Let it be known. Let it be known.
Everybody down. Yeah, well, I don't believe anything they say anymore because
mate, I don't believe this.
Even a journalist is as bad as the club.
Of course,
they're in bed with
David Ornstein doesn't have any. David Ornstein.
Listen, Andy. People's mortgages are paid because of Man United. People's children are sent to
going. Their mortgages are going to get repossessed if we're broke. So.
Can I just say,
there'll always be rumors because of our fan base, global fan base. People who are always going to swallow it. Oh, the best ones are the IDK ones. These in a know guys. Honestly, people are literally changing names. 1 minute they could be called Howard Nurse. Next minute, Michael Nurse. Something like they're changing their names.
Now, this guy I know, he works for the BBC. He works for the BBC, yeah. But why would David Ornstein, who's a reputable guy, who has no affiliation to the football club, say that United considered him? But then this guy comes out and says a few moments later, United, Gakpo was considered, but never serious target. Like, why is he trying to twist it? Like, I almost feel like United fans should feel a bit like, oh, you know what? It wasn't a serious target. You know what? We'll let that slide.
No.
Like, why are you going to bring this out for, man?
United fans are not that dumb now because they know what the club are. Most people, in the last few months, people know what they're like. The way, after that Brentford game, the way they desperately tried to... They panicked, and they found 180 million down the back of the sofa. And they panic, and this is about damage limitation. Ronaldo, a few hours later, we're up for sale. This is damage limitation. This is trying to keep the Wolves. The Wolves are at the door, mate, and they're circling. Sooner or later, the Wolves are going to get in. And I tell you what, they're going down. The Wolves are circling. I'm telling you.
Yeah. This, you know what, man? It's just Nuruddin. It feels like the Glazers feed off this drama, innit? So, end of the day, it's about keeping the football club entertaining. It's a soap opera. It drives up some sort of shares and whatnot. People then talk about United. So again, negativity for them is always been a good thing, innit? And then later on, they can thrive off that.
Well, Richard Arnold is on the record. This is our CEO, people. Richard Arnold, our CEO, Bristol University banker. He's on record saying he likes the speculation when we're linked with players because it drives our social media interactions.
Absolutely.
That's a direct quote from Richard Arnold.
Yeah. There you go. So you know,
I don't think Ten Hag's a very violent person, but I won't be surprised if he's got his hands around someone's throat tomorrow at Cannington. I'm telling you.
There you go.
On a few bad texts.
Yeah, of course. Paul Turney saying, I remember being sick that Pool signed Nunes. Phew. Yeah, definitely right now. You know what I mean? We're not bothered too much about that one. Zoa Teng TV says we won't get Felix. Our fans are so delusional. Well, you tell me that Zoa Teng, who are we getting then? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, there's no idea of Man United's tactics right now. Because then you become even more desperate. Because then you go for a Marcus Thuram, who's never hit the heights. You then go for,
and he plays more wide. He doesn't play through centrally.
There you go. I would look at maybe Mitrovic right now. Maybe Mitrovic.
Can I stop you there? Listen, can I stop you there? Yeah, listen, I'll stop you there genuinely. Mitrovic, Ivan Toney, betting or no betting, those two you're looking at 80 to 90 million pounds.
I know,
because those two players. It depends on those two players' form, whether Brentford and Fulham stay up. Simple.
Yeah. You know what? That's true. You know, because if Ivan Toney leaves, if Ivan Toney gets banned, they're in serious trouble. And if they go, and if he leaves Fulham, they're in serious trouble. So the idea that they're going to sell him would be only for an astronomical fee.
Silly money.
Have you seen Mitrovic's record, by the way, under that manager? It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Felix is a number 10, not striker. I don't know, man. I think overall, like I said, the manager's created a positive environment. I think this was a January transfer window where we had to be proactive. We didn't fully fix the whole market in the summer because at the end of the day, we still need a right back. We still need a striker, and you possibly could argue if Donny van der Beek leave and another midfielder leaves, we could argue need a midfielder, Nuruddin. So at the end of the day, there's still holes in this team.
Listen, we said it. We said a proper club would have backed him up. We've signed 5 players, 2 almost 115 million, 1 on a free. We bought 3 players. We could have signed another 3 players in January for this manager to back him, for him to go for trophies and to go for the top 4. But we're twiddling our thumbs like that. We're doing this calm, nice and easy. That's what Man United are doing. Well, we know Ronaldo wanted to leave at the end of May. June, July, Ronaldo said he doesn't want to be here. June, July, August, September, October, November, December, he's gone. So almost 7 months.
Yeah. I think David Honesty has just followed up on a comment that said something about the transfer. He says, apologies. Did not mean...
You know what? Hold it right there, Said. Hold it right there. Neil Ashton's got hold of him. David, you've got to change that. Absolutely. You know who's his brief. David Onstein's brief at Man United has got to him and said, effing change that tweet now. They did not deny us to go to the Scousers. He did not.
Yeah, people sat at the laptops tonight. All the journalists like at home. Oh, did it? Oh, go. Oh, yeah. I'll change it. Yeah.
Money talks, isn't it? Money talks. He says, apologies, did not mean to suggest Gakpo turned down Man United Chelsea. Rather, they considered him, but ultimately Liverpool were the club who pursued the deal with PSV and he decided to join them. I think it makes it look worse that Liverpool pursued him and were more proactive rather than as opposed to rejected. Rejected is something that I can take, you can take, knowing that, you know what, okay, I did my best, we got rejected. But knowing that we weren't proactive and Liverpool were coming and they were quick and they were decisive and they were quick to act, basically, and they got him. I think for me, that leaves a bit of a bitter taste for me more than the actual fact that he rejected us, because it shows more of the incompetence of the board that they're not looking to at least put in a bid, like not even entertain a bid, not even do anything. Are you kidding me, man?
I mean, gentlemen, come the end of January, we could be out of everything and just fighting and scrapping for top four. I mean, this completely puts a dark cloud on a perspective. We're supposed to be going into a new year with optimism, and this totally puts a damper on, a dark cloud over everybody. Everyone's feeling, even I'm feeling down and frustrated with this now. And they're trying to spin this because they're all panicking now. Nuruddin's even said they're typing away like crazy tonight, and they're actually panicking. Everybody is down. And I would say, we are a laughing stock again.
Yep. Absolutely. I just want to read this super chat here. Troy Trey says, how many goals does Felix score? We need an out-and-out scorer. Vlahovic, please. Juventus are broke. Felix isn't suitable to us. Ignore the name. Nuruddin, are people dreaming too much? Vlahovic, are we dreaming too much? Have we got money? Nuruddin, have we got money, do you think? Just to kind of round up the podcast and whatnot, have we got money?
No.
Well, where's the 17 million from Ronaldo's wages?
Dividends, mate. Slow but little dividends.
Well, you didn't take no dividends, or have they taken illegal dividends this time? Like you say, there's something dodgy.
They've been doing that.
It's something dodgy, man.
They're the dodgiest lot you will ever see.
There's
so many things that they don't do. Exactly. They cut everything.
Their books are dodgy, I tell you.
Listen, Andy, Manchester United are registered. Not registered in Manchester. They're registered in the Cayman Islands.
I know. Yeah. And that says it all.
Why are Man United registered in the Cayman Islands?
Somebody should hack into them. So if somebody wants to get rid of these, hack into them bleeding banks and access them files, man.
You know what we need? You know what they call that? Global hacking people. We need what they call anonymous.
Russia, the guy with the white masks. The guys with the white masks.
Look at Howard Nurse, man. He's taking this to the full pelt, Nuruddin, and he's going here.
Look at this now. Oh, this is brilliant for Mr. Howard Nurse.
Man, this is brilliant, insightful. He goes, Man United's scouting department, we're never convinced about Goldie Gakpo's level of development at this current time.
I promise
a load of nonsense.
I promise you now, that text message is directly from Neil Ashton, and he just copied and pasted it.
Oh my days!
He just copied and pasted that.
These journalists are funny.
We're not dumb. We're not dumb like you. You're just on the payroll. You could, if you're watching this now and you're having a giggle, The United fan base is not dumb anymore. You can spin out what you like, put out what you like. We are not. We've just had it up to here now with yous lot, and your days are numbered, lads. Even Neil Ashton at United, he's finished. Whoever comes in, he's out as well. A complete wipe the slate clean with board members. Get them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you remember that time? It was 2018, where Woodward was letting it be known that we're looking for a director of football. Me, Saeed, and Aaron met 2018. This was Jose was under pressure. We met.
West Ham away. West Ham away. We lost.
Yeah. Listen, we met Ralph Ranier outside Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Outside Hotel Football. And we were like, what is he doing here? Because our friend Aaron, he's born in Germany, German speaker. Started speaking to him. And then 2 weeks later, we signed Neil Ashton, the guy of Sunday Supplement. Instead of signing a director of football, we signed a PR guy from Sunday Supplement.
Yeah.
The guy used to present Sunday Supplement for Sky as the PR guy. And we've never looked back ever since.
We could end up with nothing this season. We could.
I'll tell you, it's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. And you know what? I'm not going to be surprised and I'm not going to be angry because, again, this is what the Glazers are, man. And nobody should be looking at the manager. Nobody should be looking at, himself. It's these guys.
This is what they'll do, though. If we finish 6th or 7th, they'll throw him. They'll throw him under the bus to save their own skins. This is what they'll do.
That's what they've done with every manager.
That's
every manager.
And would you blame him if he walked? Do you know what?
I said that to Saeed. I said it to Saeed.
Exposed them, they would be. They'd be panicking like anything. Just like Brentford, they'd be like, "Oh God, we need a yes man."
Yeah.
I'm telling you, yeah.
I'm just going to read these last super chats before I wrap up, and we are going to move over to United Real Therapy. So make sure you come and join us. Mighty Slims, he said, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, bro. We should go for Rafael Leao. Now we have missed out on Gakpo. Keep up the good work, boys. Yeah, man, big up to you, bro. And that'll be difficult because he's about to sign a new contract. So it's going to be very difficult, that one. Rogine Roper says, big up Saeed. Want to point out, manager wanted Gakpo, not Felix. So those saying Felix would be better are wrong because it's not going to suit the manager. Exactly what I'm saying. And it's not to me that I don't want Felix as well because, again, we could get both. 8 million loan and then Felix. But if the manager wants him, that's where my problem lies. Because then you go against the manager, you're also not proactive for the manager. You're telling me you're bringing out these feelers and this PR and this almost consensus that we're now going to give Ten Hag time. We're now going to give him all the tools he needs, but then don't do it in January, in a pivotal part of the season, in a stage where there's so many games thick and fast coming. You don't want to back him. I'm sorry, man. You don't have the interest of the manager. You don't, because you're not backing him right now. So, listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. Please smash a like on the video. There's 1.5k in it. I think there should be 1,000 likes, right? Noreen, is that fair? 1,000 likes? Or is that a bit too much?
It costs you absolutely nothing.
Just press
smash a like if you want the Glazers out, mate. Smash a like.
There you go. Smash a like if you want the Glazers out, man. I hope we've been good. I think this has been a good podcast, good therapy. And like I said, people, man, Glazers out till obviously, you know what I mean, they leave and whatnot. Andy, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for jumping on, man. Late notice, man. Big up Andy, man. Make sure, like I said, come and join us on the United Real Therapy. Come and join us right there. We're gonna go live now.
Yeah, I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it.
We're just doing a quick preview. Just a quick preview about the game tomorrow, because I think we've got a serious game tomorrow, guys.
I know.
They've had a pre-season. All those players didn't have a pre-season. Not even Forest players.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trend? Only one home team has won.
And also Lingard's been speaking as well. Big up to Lingard. We'll have to read the quotes about Lingard as well, because he said some truthful stuff that they promised him stuff and then they lied, basically. I don't know if you've seen the quotes already, but we'll read it out.
We knew that already, though. We knew that already.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, people, we're out. I'll see you tomorrow for Best of the Rest show. Take care. Bye.